So I will be recording this session. As I said, I'm Heather Lamb, and I'm really, really excited that we have a great group today. I'm really excited about the topic because we're flipping for smart today is what we're doing. And as I had the screen up, we do have a back channel, and what a back channel basically is those backside conversations that will allow you to continue. Like if you love something, let our presenters know. We're going to have some students on, so I'm pretty excited about that. If you have any questions or anything to add, please let post that. And then I had you raise your hand. If you want to ask Michelle or our students today any questions, and you do have maybe a headphone or you want to chat with us, please do. So Victor, it looks like you got it, so that's good. Let me switch over here, and we're going to flip for smart. I'm going to talk about the whole why I have Smart Texas taken out. Let me go to full screen here. And who am I? Well, I'm the education consultant in Texas, but soon to be kind of supporting a lot of big areas. So hopefully, maybe I'll get a chance to talk to you face-to-face at some point. But we do this great virtual webinar, and right now I have two awesome education solution specialists that help me in Texas, and I have a Facebook page. We're on Pinterest. I haven't done a very good job with Pinterest. And then I'm on Twitter, so you can follow us. I'm on Twitter as HeatherLam08, but I have Sandy Hill and Luis Morales that join me in Texas, and we have many education solution specialists across the U.S. I know we have some people joining us outside of Texas. And as I said before, so Mary, I'm going to let Jeff help you because there is audio. So before I didn't have it on, but Jeff's going to help you with maybe some solutions, but there is audio going. So I do post our sessions in on my YouTube channel, and right now it's called Smart Table Friend. I'll hopefully try to migrate this over as we migrate into a different kind of our North American virtual user group. How can you participate? Many of you have already figured that out. So we have the question panel that you can ask questions, or if you have some technical problems, Liz Mary's having a little bit of audio, because there is audio. So Jeff Peterson is a instructional technology specialist at Lamar Consolidated in Texas, and he's he's the best. Just bottom line, the best. He doesn't just say there's a problem, he finds a solution, and if that doesn't work, he finds another solution. So I'm going to let Mary him to give you some solutions, hopefully, but as I explained to Victor, we are recording the session, so if you are having some struggles, you can join us back and watch us on that recording. But definitely add those questions. The problem that I mean, GoToWebinar is a great format, but the questions come to me and nobody else. Well, the panelists or the organizers can see them. So it's really hard. We can get some chat things and stuff, but it's really one-sided. So for that reason, I have a today's meet session going, and you guys are funny. And so what today's meet does is it allows you to have a back channel. So Michelle said, my students are so excited to be sharing with you today. Linda's here. Mary's glad to see you. Love smart work. Mary T. Hi from Dallas. Linda Rush is here. Jeff, Mindy's there. We've got Jeff Samuelson from Birdville. Hey, Mindy. Hey, Kimberly is here. So, hey, Heather. We've got, a bunch of people. And, Mary says, always a joy to share the time and space. Love it. Thank you so much, you guys. This is just kind of, one other way to share. My passion is obviously integrating our products and learning from you versus me doing all the talking. So keep adding, keep introducing yourself. If you want to tell who you are, just go to our today's meet session, April Smart BUG, and you can talk and type your message in there. So I'm going to go back to my notebook file, and so you can participate that way. And I actually used our internet browser to have that there as another reminder. Love the internet browser because then I don't have to type those web addresses in there and it just pops up. It's fantastic for that reason, especially if you're doing centers or anything and you have this and the kids aren't out. I mean, they can close out and go, but this is just brings it up without having any struggles. What are we going to do today? Well, I've gone through that lengthy introduction. I've talked about that back channel. And don't forget about going to that Smart Exchange to keep adding more and more stuff, more and more great lessons. There's some, obviously, we have our store now that you can go purchase. And I think on the Ed Compass blog, we had a Smart Exemplar educator going through some of that content that is in our store. We've got our great teacher feature, Michelle Phillips from Allen ISD, and Allen is just north of me. I live in Bedford, so if you're wondering where I live, if you're not in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I live kind of really close to Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. She's a 6th grade science teacher, and she's got her students, so really, like I said, super excited about that. And then we have Amanda and Sandy are going to talk to us about the Smart Learning Space, because if you're looking for some training and professional development, this is the place. So they're going to walk us through just a quick kind of commercial about some of the really cool things with the Smart Learning Space, and then we'll talk about some big news, and I've already alluded to it. We've had some really super success with our Texas webinar, and we've been asked to kind of take it national and, you know, for North America. So I'll talk more about that. And with that, I really didn't want to talk too much today because I really wanted to have Michelle Phillips have as much time as she needed to talk about flipping her classroom. She's had some great success with it, and I thought it would be, I can, you know, tell you all day what I see, but it's secondary, so I decided to ask Michelle to go. So Mary, there you go, on the phone. So I'm glad that you figured that that would be a solution. Maybe we can do a figure out afterwards. So with that being said, I'm going to make Michelle a presenter. Michelle, you are now, let's see if we can see your screen. Do you see a little box there? Oh, there it is.
You got it?
You got it. You have it. So I'm going to mute myself, and if you have any questions, I'll be watching the today's meet session, and I'll also be watching the question box, and I know Jeff will as well. So with that, Michelle, I'm going to mute myself, and we're so excited. So I want to thank you and your students, and I'll probably say it again. So take it away.
Well, hello, I'm Michelle Phillips. I teach 6th grade science in Allen ISD. As you can see, I love smart products. I'm a Smart Exemplary educator and certified trainer. I actually had never used smart products until 3 years ago when I moved to a new campus in Allen, and it was a brand new campus, and it had smart boards. So I just kind of had to learn, and I'm one of those teachers that just kind of plays with stuff and figures it out and then kind of helps others. So it kind of just went from there. I put my websites, the school website, my personal website, and then a blog that I have for my students that's science content. And then my email, and you can feel free to contact me at either one if you have questions or want templates or information. We are happy to share. Allen ISD is a smart district. We have smart boards in all of our K through 12 classrooms. The first year of my smart board, it was kind of just trial and error and see what worked. I tried to get lessons off the exchange, and we kind of tweaked them to fit, you know, our curriculum. And oh, sorry about that. We're in our classroom, so we're looking for a student.
And if a teacher is in the room with you, please call extension 300.
Sorry about that. So my students.
300 and come straight to the office. Thank you.
So my students just started, I would do the lessons and they'd come to the board, and I try to make it very interactive where they would be, you know, revealing answers, moving things around, and I would try to do as many interactives as possible so every student would at least get to the board every day. The second year, we actually started teaching our students to use Smart Notebook in the computer labs, and then some students would actually start creating lessons and go teach the younger classes. In Allen, elementary is K through 6. So our sixth graders, we actually have kinder buddies, so they're paired up with a classroom, and so they would show them. But also, I did have a couple of students that went and taught a density lesson in 4th grade and things like that. This year, I'm trying to incorporate it in pretty much all different kinds of ways. 6th grade has a designated laptop cart, so I have Smart Notebook installed on all of those. We created a bring your own device policy just for the 6th graders. And then I've incorporated Notebook into my lessons, and I started flipping my classroom. It's not a fully flipped classroom where they do everything from home and then come in. As 6th graders still in the elementary setting, I started with the video lessons, and we actually started watching some of them in class, and one of my students will explain that. So we're going to talk about how they've created screencasts and use smart response, and then create lessons and presentations.
Hi, I'm Keely, and I'll be talking about how we made science safety videos. We used the Smart Recorder at the beginning of the year to create science safety videos. We shared these videos with our kindergarten buddies. Science safety can be kind of boring, so making a video showing our buddies how to stay safe in science class was fun. I think we should make these videos more often.
At the beginning of the year, a lot of them used PowerPoint. They were just learning, but then I showed them how to use the Smart Recorder. Every year, science safety is something, all of our students have at the beginning of the year. So I was trying to think of a different way that we could review it and they could have a good time, and reminding them that our kindergartners are just coming in. In fact, my daughter is a kindergartner at this school, so I just kept reminding them, think if she was your audience. And so they did a great job of creating videos and we actually put them on our share drive, and other teachers can access them as well.
Hi, my name is Danielle, and I'm going to talk about plate tectonics presentations. To show our understanding of plate tectonics, we created presentations on Smart Notebook. I liked it because it has great artistic tools, pictures, and interactions that make it fun to show what we learned. It also lets us get creative and show our own style.
This unit was towards, it was mid-year, a little after mid-year, and basically I gave the students a rubric and said, here's what I need you to show me. And I told them this was their assessment instead of having a test. I wanted them to show me that they knew all about plate tectonics. So I told them what information to include, and that was it. And just showed them the tools in Smart Notebook of how to use the camera and get things from other places. And they did a really wonderful job. The picture is actually one of the pages from an actual presentation that the kids created. And they're all on our share drive so they could see each other's. We did have a little problem where someone deleted an entire class's presentations, but luckily it was the very first day. So they had just started, and so we were able to fix that. But this way they could see each other's as well and go in when everyone was done and look through them. And they seem to really enjoy that.
Hi, I'm Chinny. I'm going to be telling you guys about Smart Response. We use Smart Response to take tests and quizzes. We use it on our laptops or personal devices. I like being able to go back and see which questions I get wrong right away. Ms. Phillips goes through each question on the smartboard at the end of class. We can see how well we did as a class on each question. I definitely like using Smart Response better than using worksheets.
This is my first year having a subscription to the Smart Response VE, and I absolutely love it. The kids like that they can all be at different spots, and they can see their answers right away, and then they can go to something else while others are still working. At the end of class, I'm able to go up to the smartboard and turn it on and go through each question, and it shows, 20 out of 20 got this right, 28 out of 28, and we can see the questions that as a class we did really great on, and then those things that we definitely need to learn more of or learn in different ways. Most of my students, if you put a worksheet or a quiz in front of them, that you get that groan. They hate it, and when I do it this way instead, they don't mind. They like to use the computer. Imagine that, students loving to use technology. So it's a great way to keep them focused on what they're doing, but also to share quickly and see how everyone's doing.
Hi, I'm Sydney, and I'm going to be talking to you about lessons on Ms. Phillips' website. Ms. Phillips put Smart Notebook lessons on her website for us to review from home. Right now, it has lessons to help us review for our end-of-course exam. She gives directions on how to open them at home. I thought the lessons were very helpful. They made studying at home so easy. I love the online lessons.
So these change every unit that we study. I change all of the attachments and what they are. And some of these lessons are things that we've done in class, and some are just extra review. And there's always, I create slides of vocabulary games, the interactives that you can find in the activity toolkit and things like that. When I do training for the district, I always just tell teachers when they want to do this, is just go to my website and copy and paste the directions. Some students use the interactive viewer now. I used to always direct them to the Express, but now that there's more ways, I put the different directions and the kids can actually get on them from home and review, or if they miss class that day and they want to know what we did. So it's a great way to keep students up to date and just to review.
Hi, I'm Neha, and I'm going to talk to you about flipped video lessons. Mrs. Phillips used Smart Notebook to create video lessons. Sometimes we would watch them in class, but she also posted them on her website so we could watch them at home. They were really helpful because it was easier to learn and more fun rather than it being taught without technology. I also find it better because if I didn't finish my work at school, I could go home and do it without forgetting information because I can watch it again. I think video lessons are a great idea.
So I started this year having looked over the flip model and different ways to do it, and we did start the year where I would assign the video for them to watch at home, and it worked okay, not as well as I would have liked. A lot of the students weren't ready for it, so we kind of changed a little bit. I actually saw different, I went through different webinars and saw one by Crystal Kirch, who had the WISC idea for her math classroom, so the watch summary questions. So I just kind of adapted that to my science class so that the students, we started watching them in class, and they would have activities that would go along. And so like the worksheet you can see in this picture, it just had statements about the topic, and they had to agree or disagree at the very beginning before we did anything. And then they'd start watching the video lesson, and this particular one, it shows they had to fill out a graphic organizer. I believe this one was on resources, renewable and non-renewable. So they had to, as they listened to the video, they had to fill in the chart, so they were actually interacting and looking back at it. And then after it was over, they'd go back to those statements and decide if they'd agree or disagree. This actually, students that work very quickly on things, they were able to work at their own pace, and I always had enrichment activities for those that would finish very quickly. But it also gave me the chance to actually sit with some students that I knew that would struggle through the content, and I could sit with them and ask them to pause it, and then we could talk about it, and it really gave me a chance to, every student was working and on task, but if someone were to walk in my room, not all students would be doing the same thing at the same time, and I created all of these flipped video lessons using Smart Notebook, so it was a big hit.
Hi, my name is Maddie, and I'm talking to you about the Rock Cycle digital stories we did. We used Smart Notebook and a Smart Recorder to make it easy to create digital stories. Here is one about the Rock Cycle.
Once upon a time in the center of our Earth, Rocky was floating in the mantle. He was mad. Convection currents in the mantle kept Rocky moving, but he was looking forward to his upcoming trip. Rocky's trip started quickly as he was moving upward until he saw a blue sky. He started sliding down a large mountain. This was fun, but also a little scary. Where would he end up? Rocky slowly came to a stop. He started to cool off. It took a long time, but he hardened up and became an igneous rock. Rocky liked this new place. He had a great view and even got to see snow. This part of his trip was a lot colder than his home. The wind and rain kept making parts of him fall off. He was getting smaller. One day, a strong gust of wind had Rocky rolling down the mountain. Rocky came to a sudden stop when he fell into a river. Wow, what a great ride! Not much happened in this new place. There was a lot of water, and he started to get bigger as the pressure cemented him with other pieces of rock. He was becoming a sedimentary rock. He slowly sunk into the lithosphere, and the heat from the core and the pressure from the crust changed him into a metamorphic rock. What a great trip, but it was really time to head back home. He was slowly sinking deeper into the earth and was feeling very warm. Rocky heaved up and melted back into magma. As he reached his home in the mansion, Rocky was really enjoyed his trip, but he needed some rest before doing it again.
So I've done a lot of different things with smart products this year, and just technology in general, and I've really seen a difference in my students. I've seen students use vocabulary a lot more. Of course, the technology is then incorporated in with the inquiry activities, the hands-on labs and things like that. And we have video cameras where they're videoing their labs and they're putting videos together that way as well. This is actually one of the sites that I have for my students, and I started adding to it all year long. And so any unit, the homepage just kind of sums up all of that we learn in 6th grade, and then they can link it to my school website. And then each one has whatever we've used during that unit. So this one was on force and motion, so it tells them the actual objective and what that means. What do they need to know? And then if we use a learning contract during that one, so there's a copy of that. We did some Think Thoughts activities. There's the video that was created using Smart Notebook. And so this actually comes in handy right now as we're studying for our end of course exam, and they have resources. And then for some of the templates that I use, if you go to techwithmichelle.com, there's some Smart Notebook resources, there's some video tutorials, information on flipping the classroom, and different things that I've used. And then I did a presentation at TCA this year, and all of that's on there, and it's technology integration in math and science. That's it. That's all we got.
That was, oh my gosh, that was fantastic. I posted on today's meet. I don't know about you, but that was, your students are incredible. I know that was just a sampling of them, but what a great way for integration. Victor says, good job. So I love it, and I know that, you know, this whole flipping model, everybody, I think, has to figure out what works for them. And I know you and I chatted about this, and what started, what worked, and what didn't work, and how you adapted. And, you know, sometimes people think, oh, I'll just have all the technology, but even with the technology, sometimes there's not equity about if you, or even the want to. Michelle, one question, and then I want, if anybody has any questions, if you want to raise your hand for Michelle, but if you don't, you can always type them in and post them on the today's meet. But one question, in your flipping resources, you referenced someone. Do you have that in that link there? I can't remember what that person was.
Crystal Perch.
Yes, yes.
And I actually, through, she does a lot of the tutorials and things through sophia.org on the Flip Classroom. There's a certification there, and I took all those classes. They're online, and she's actually on Twitter, and she has, so if you just look up Crystal Perch on Twitter, I'm sure you'll see her. She's in California, I believe.
How do you spell Kirch?
K-I-R-C-H.
Okay, just like it sounds. Okay, perfect, perfect.
And I think she's secondary math, so I just kind of took her template and her ideas and kind of fit it for us.
Nice, nice. Well, anyone have any quick questions? I mean, Victor, it's a great job, and I know we've got some things. If you have any questions, I think this is just a really, to to me, a great way to maybe bits and pieces as far as what could you do in a flipped model, and then Michelle's bringing up her resources as well.
This is her blog right here, The Flipping with Perch.
Okay, and then if you haven't read the flipped book, maybe that would be a recommendation. I've started looking at some of those things, and you know, I think with the flipped model, you really have to, as Michelle's done just a great job in her students, find out what's going to work for you. And you know, there's really some super ideas. The Smart Recorder is fantastic. One of the things that I have even thought about is, you know, taking the lessons. We've had teachers that will take their lessons and turn them into PDF files, because sometimes they might not have that resource of having know about the smartnotebook.com, which is like the Smart Exchange. I mean the Express, Notebook Express. So now we have smartnotebook.com, which is a light version of our software to be able to use, and that's an option. But doing the PDF file, it would be a great thing. So I don't see. Let me see.
My principal this year actually gave me a compliment. She meant it as one, and I took it as one. And she's like, "You're just not afraid to make mistakes or things to go wrong." And the person that was standing next to me kind of looked at me and, "What did she just say?" And I was like, "No, that's a good thing."
Yes.
And so when they come into my classroom, and this is the first year that I've really just been trying lots of new things, and when they don't work, I talk to my kids, and okay, what was good, what wasn't, how can we fix it, and just kind of changing it as we go. So.
Great. Okay. Well, Karen has a question. So Karen, I'm going to unmute you. So Karen, you're unmuted, and do you want to ask Michelle your question? I think she's unmuted. Okay, there. Sometimes things don't go as exactly planned. Oh, I can hear you. Or no, that's Michelle, I think. Karen? I don't know if she's, let's see. Maybe she had it up earlier. I'm going to go ahead and, Karen, are you there? Oh, Mindy has hers. Let's do this. Mindy, are you there? Whoops. I had Mindy there. Oh, there's Mindy. Let's see. Because I know Karen and Mindy are at the same school, I hope. Let's see. Mindy, are you there? Not really sure what's up with that. You're unmuted. Jeff, any ideas? Oh, oh, okay. Mindy says she's here, but not with Karen. They teach at the same school. So, okay, was trying. Okay, maybe Karen doesn't have. So, Karen, if you, I'll unmute you again, and if not, maybe we can have the question. Whoops, I heard something. Karen, are you there? Oops, I heard your voice. Yeah, but it's really staticky.
Okay, well, welcome to my classroom.
Oh, there you are.
I was just wondering how many times a week that you flip, or how often you flip, or what would you consider a good ratio for flipping, or do you do that often, or what's the frequency, I guess?
Well, as far as the videos themselves, I would do one main one per unit. So sometimes it was once a week, sometimes it was once every 2 weeks. Sometimes the videos themselves and then watching them do the activities could take up to 2 to 3 days.
Gotcha.
So it just kind of depends on the content.
Gotcha. Okay, that sounds good. Thank you.
Thanks, Karen. Yay! So that's how it works. I know it's hard. So I'm actually taking college classes, and it's amazing the number of people that won't talk. So you're not alone. Even adults, in talking with adults, don't like to raise their hand and talk. They would much rather chat. So no worries, but Karen did a great job of modeling. So if anybody else has some questions, we'll give it a couple more seconds to see. Michelle's got her resources. Michelle, I figured out how to put stuff in Dropbox and send it all out in a nice, neat package with GoToWebinar. Can I take parts of this. I don't want to take, some of this file. I don't know that your student wants his work out there, or if maybe it's already out there for everyone else. But can you throw together something or this file, and then we can share it with our community?
Definitely.
Okay, awesome, awesome. All right. With that,
well, I'm gonna take my students so they can go meet their parents, but I'll be back towards the end. So I'll be back on today's meet if there's any questions.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And to your students, I just want to thank you. You guys did awesome. You didn't talk too fast. You were fantastic.
Thank you.
Yay. All right.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Have a good night. All right. So I'm going to change over, and I am going to change the presenter, and ooh, I think it's this one. Hopefully, changing it to Sandy. Let's see. Oops, maybe that's not it. Let's see. Whoops, that's not what let's see. Let me change, hold on just a second. Let me see if I can change it this way. Sandy, do you, let me unmute you. Sandy? Oops, wrong. Let me make you a presenter, this one. I think this is the right one to make you a presenter.
Can you hear me?
I can. You're kind of a little scraggly. Let's see.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, a little, but I think we can hear you. Did you get a pop-up that says you want to share your screen?
Okay. It did, and then it said you're no longer the presenter, and then it took it away from me.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it registered me, and I couldn't figure out how to unregister myself.
Okay.
So I registered with 2 accounts.
Okay, let me switch it over and make that other one. Let's try that.
Okay.
Let's see. Whoops. Let me.
There we go.
Oh, okay. Perfect. There you go.
Good. So how's my audio? Is there a delay?
I think there's a little delay. Are you on wireless?
Hello?
Hello? Are you there?
Oh,
I think she has a little bit of a delay. Oh, it sounds fine now. Okay, now it doesn't. Yeah, I think so. I'm going to mute myself, but you have a little bit of a delay. Sometimes wireless and many pages open kind of interfere. But I'm going to mute myself and let you go with it.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Good. Okay. You know, alternatively, there could be a different topic I can go plug in, so I'm not wireless any longer.
That was okay. That was okay. So let's just go with it and see, and then if you want to do a quick introduction, and then I'll switch over to let Amanda take over.
Oh, okay. Is she on the line as well?
I think so. Yep.
Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Anna. I am here to present to you on the not smart change, as you're seeing here with the smart learning space. Get to the smart learning space, to the smart exchange, which is awesome. The smart learning space has been, it's the same as it used to be in terms of what you could access. However, the difference is that it's now being powered by a website called CoursePark. And before we were powered by a learning management system called SAP. So the back end is a little bit different. What you see will be a little bit different, but the courses that are offered in the Smart Learning Space are still the same great courses that we always had and are still available to you as they were before. So I'm just going to go over a little today about how to access them and how you can start courses and how you can create profiles and connect with other teachers within that space. So Heather, did you want me to do it, or do you want, is Heather or is Amanda available to do this?
Yeah, I think Amanda was the other, I think Amanda might be the other person. I think she is. Amanda, are you there? Whoops. Amanda, are you there?
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes, we
No,
can.
oh, that might be what
Okay.
got on because that was Amanda. Yes, perfect.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is, Amanda, can I make you presenter? And I apologize, guys. Can I make you a presenter and you share your screen and go through everything?
Yes, I can.
Okay. All right. Let me. Let's see.
And Sandy, if you want to leave, let's see. No, that's fine.
Sandy, Amanda, are you getting the pop-up?
Yes, I am.
Okay. There you are.
You can see me here?
We can. So I'm going to mute myself. And then whoops, I'll wait and talk.
Okay, so I can go ahead then?
Yep, go ahead. We can see your screen perfect.
Okay. Perfect. So here is the Smart Exchange. Sandy, if you want to chime in at any time, go ahead. So basically from here you can sign in to your Smart Learning profile or your Smart Learning space, which will then redirect you into CoursePark. So if you're signed up with Smart Exchange already, you can basically just go in and log in. I'll go ahead and just put in mine. I'm now Amanda Craig, but it's very new. I just got married, so use my old address. Okay, so now that I'm signed in here, I can go to the Smart Learning space. Basically, it's going to direct me into this page here. You would then go ahead and click on Join Learning Network. Once you go ahead and join the Learning Network, you'll be directed to My CoursePark. Basically here, it will show you any recent courses, any suggested courses that you should take. Once you join the Smart Learning space, I'm just going to go in this way. It's a little easier for me. Let me see here. Okay. You also get notifications anytime someone comments on the board if you want it that way. So basically, I'm going to go back to the board. An overview of basically what you can see while you're on CoursePark and within the Smart Learning space is the board. So on the board here you'll find articles written by either myself or I also often take board posts from EdCompass blog. You can see that post was quite active by most Smart Exemplary educators. Within the board, I also do what's called Amanda's 100 Teacher Features. So within here, you'll see the latest features within Notebook 11 that you can access and view little tips and tricks. So once you click on the video here, We have a little bloopers
The
reel.
internet browser is my new favorite feature in Notebook 11. It allows you to drag and drop anything from the internet into your notebook file. I'll show you. It's a walk in the park.
So basically, I won't subject you to the entire video, but it is helpful. And if you want to see all of the Amanda's 100 Teacher features, you can simply go to the Resources tab at the top next to the post. Any of the 100 Teacher features you can find in here. It's an easy way to access them. Also, the new Smart Demo video is in here as well. I'm just going to go ahead and post that because it gives you a good overview of how Course Park works. So basically, at any time, if you do need some instruction on how to find it, the little Smart Demo video is a great way to access different things within the site. So one of the first things it did mention is the board here. And sorry to get off track, but this is where you find the Amanda's 100 Teacher features. You can find them all in here. I have put them all to resources. So you don't actually necessarily have to go trying to search through all of them. They are there. Also, it's a place where anyone can post to the board. So for example, I do get a lot of questions about flipped classrooms and how effective they are. This is a great place if you have information that you want to share with other teachers. Also below the board is a member section, like it showed in the little video. Here you can go and find other members that are on the site that are taking courses. You can start following them. Some people don't necessarily have the most up-to-date profile. If you're really interested in doing the best you can on CoursePark and with SMART, try to find people that have made an attempt to update their profiles. So the easiest thing I tell people is to find people that have actually taken the time to put a picture up there. So then you just basically click on the More button and go ahead and follow them. So any activity they do on the board, any courses they take, you can then basically see what they're doing. And you can often find other teachers that are in your school, in your district, and keep up to date that way. For courses, if you're looking to take a SMART course, all the courses are listed here. Your courses are under a separate tab. So if for some reason you want to go back and see a course that you've already taken, you can go ahead and access it that way. You can also view all of your certificates that you have to date. They'll all be listed in there. And it's extremely easy to launch a course as well. Let's see. Okay, so basically I'll just show you by clicking on one how you launch a course. So you can click on the name. I apologize, it's a little slow today. This is under Train Others. Okay, that's not a good example. Okay, so if I go in and I click on interactivity in the classroom, I can then just click on It'll ask me to enroll here along the left-hand side. Once you've gone ahead and enrolled, you can then launch the course. You can do a new attempt or preview. The first time it'll pop up on its own, and then it'll just open in a separate web browser. So basically that is an overview of how CoursePark works. If you're looking for the 100 teacher features, you can also go onto YouTube and go into CoursePark Studios. There's a playlist, and you'll also be able to find the Amanda's 100 teacher features or any other tutorial videos made by CoursePark on here as well.
Okay, Amanda, if you'll mute for a second, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. All right, so Amanda's, we already knew we were going to have some things. So a couple of things that I want you to kind of overview in this last few minutes is I know there's some fee-based things. There are some free lessons. Sandy's she's still having some internet woes, so there are some free and there's some fee resources that you can find. Can you show, is there a quick way to find those? And then I just want people to be clarified also that the Smart Learning Space, the login, I know it was kind of broken up with Sandy in the beginning, but your Smart Learning Space and your Smart Exchange login is the same. So you don't have to remember a couple, many more logins. So if you log into the Smart Exchange, there's a panel which she was trying to show that you can click in, and it will take you where Amanda is. So, Amanda, I'm going to mute myself, and if you want to kind of answer some of those, maybe some logistical things, just to kind of make sure everybody's good with that. All right, so I'm muted, or I'm going to be muted in a second. All right, there you go.
Okay, I just had to open up CoursePark again. It was being slow for me here, but yes, it is one single sign-on. So if you have your Smart Exchange login, it is the same. So basically, as soon as you click within the Smart Learning Space, it will redirect you to CoursePark. So you only have to worry about that one single logon. And as far as the courses go, there are courses that are free and other courses that are paid. When you do click on the courses option, or actually an even easier way would be to click on My CoursePark at the top. Here, unfortunately, where I am super admin, it doesn't show the prices on mine, but here where all the courses are, it'll show you that this course is free, this course is $19, this course is $10. So as soon as you come into My CoursePark, you'll be able to see what courses cost what. We have put in a support ticket for a filter, so that once you do go into My Courses, or under My CoursePark, you'll be able to see which courses are free and which ones do have costs associated with them.
And then while that's loading,
I apologize, the site's...
That's okay.
While that's loading.
Oops, sorry.
Okay. Oops, sorry.
All right, so go ahead and mute yourself for just a second. Sorry. We'll make this technology work. One of the things, if you do have any questions, Amanda, will you show on the right-hand side those tabs, the question, the home, and the smart tab? And then also, one of the things that I was just kind of clicking around, and I went to the marketplace, and there's all kinds of things. So if you'll briefly just remind people about the question mark in the home and the smart tab on the side. And I'm going to mute myself again.
Okay, so basically down the right-hand side here, the question mark is for support. So if you have any questions about courses that you are taking, if something's not loading properly, also you have to watch when you are taking a course that you exit the course from the exit out from the inner box, not from your page. So for example, if you cannot finish the course all in one time, all at one time, just make sure you X out the close button that's within the box and not outside of the box. That is a constant support issue. They lose whatever work that they've previously done, have to start the course over again. The next button down on the right-hand side here is the community. We also have a blog area as well. I'll let you take a look at it here in a second. And then once you click on Smart Exchange, that will redirect you back to the Smart Exchange site, so you can go back in and find content for your classroom. So if I do click on the community button, give it a second here. This basically just brings up any recent things that we have written. I do a weekly interview with another teacher, and here you can find different blog posts about boundaries in and out of the classroom, comparing parenting and teaching, working as an early childhood educator, teaching abroad, both parents working as teachers, that type of thing. So within the community, you'll find lots of good resources. You can share them to Facebook, Twitter, Google+. So here's another, it's kind of along the same lines as the Ed Compass blogs as well. So if we go back, and then to get home to where you are, you can just press the home button here or the back button. So again, that's just the support button if you're having any issues, the community, and then this will redirect you, redirect you to the Smart Exchange.
All right. Amanda's going to mute again. All right, perfect. So that was just, I apologize, Sandy just moved to a new place, and she said she's lives in the mountains, so even with her hardwired, she was having a little bit of technical difficulties. So no worries. I did want to quickly let Brady Phillips, so Sandy is, she was really, really nice into being on this call because she's actually taking a little bit of time off to work on a degree, so pretty excited about that. I'm going to, Brady Phillips is the manager over the Smart Learning Space, and he's unmuted himself. Brady, are you there?
I'm here, yes. Hello.
There you are. So, Brady, if you want to do a quick introduction, we have a couple of minutes, and kind of tell somebody, the blurb about what your job is and how you support everybody and all that good stuff.
Sure. I am actually the program manager for training and professional development here at SMART, and I am in charge of putting together our professional development and training roadmap, and recently I became the interim program manager for the Smart Learning Space, and so the two are definitely intertwined. And so I wanted to thank Heather for the opportunity to come and greet you guys for the next 1 minute and 50 seconds or so. And I apologize if you hear any noise in the background. I'm in kind of a noisy place right now.
No, it's good. It's good. So I wanted to thank Brady, and I hope that maybe we can get as the course park, as the learning space gets a little more, I guess, sophisticated and its users, that we can revisit this and maybe get people connected and get Amanda back on here and just really ramp this up as far as, because I think this is going to be a valuable resource for all of our smart users, and really understand and that they can find those resources, find those helps, listen to Amanda's blog, because I've listened to a few and they're really good and they're really helpful, so share those resources with your colleagues. Brady, I think we'll I'll invite you back, and maybe we can go into another, a session of this. I think that would be fantastic, and as we learn more about this. But Sandy wanted to thank everyone, for letting her hear kind of a little bit of her voice, but she wanted to make sure that everyone understands that you can access the course part from the Smart Exchange. So don't forget that. That's probably your easiest way to get into it, right on that Smart Exchange tab. So I'm gonna change the presenter back to me, and I will, or you can go from Course Park. So Amanda is actually doing that. So let me change it back to, let me go back and make myself and show my screen. And so let me show my screen, and there I'm on that go to to the Today's Meet. But if you look straight here, this is the quickest way. So if you can't remember what that URL is, you can definitely get to it from here. And if you have, and if you do have that account with the Smart Exchange, you'll get this, you'll automatically have one for the course part. Plus, one thing you'll notice I have some classes that were actually migrated over from what I had previously taken. So that is just a real quick overview of that course park. I want to thank Sandy and I want to thank Amanda for jumping in at the last second to kind of recover. But it's technology, and it was fantastic. It gave everybody a taste of, and that's really what I wanted. So with that, I'm going to switch back to my notebook file. I want to once again thank Michelle for sharing her time, and definitely her kids for being on there. They were excellent. Michelle said that she will send me her resources. So be watching for a follow-up email with that. Don't forget about my website, Heather's Digital Dashboard. This is where I'll be posting the YouTube. I already posted all the resources. It's my YouTube channel. So there's Smart Table and Smart Texas resources. So if you go to Smart Texas, this is where the registration is. Look how cool that internet browser is. And then this is my YouTube channel where you can go find the past sessions. Be watching. If you're joining us not live today, I'll send out an email that will have the resources and a certificate. So I think I figured out. So those of you, I apologize if I've been lacking on the certificate thing, but I figured out a way to put it all together in a nice package. Don't forget, I have it listed on my website. I do have a blog. We're making some roadshow things. We'll be in East Texas on Thursday. There are roadshows taking place all across North America. And as I alluded to, I know we're past our session. I alluded to that our next session will probably be in May. I'm going to put a probably because we're negotiating some dates, because I'm going to work with someone that's on the East Coast. So Tara Mattingly is my colleague. She's up in Maryland, and she and I are joining forces. So really, I want to say that this part right here is a TBA, because it'll probably be in May, but we're negotiating that. We will send you out a note, and so that it'll be a summer kickoff and things that you might want to do. You might want to catch up on some of your course park or take some time to learn that. It'll be a great just overview of that. And plus, we're going to negotiate all of this. But I'm really, really excited that you guys had a chance to join us today. And I want to once again thank Michelle. I want to thank Sandy and Amanda and Brady for jumping on at the last minute. Sorry, I only gave you that 1 minute to speak. But he will be back on. So Brady, thanks, and thanks to you guys. If you have any questions, I know lots of you are chiming in on the Today's Meet webinar. So if you have any questions, please let me know. And you guys have a great afternoon if you're joining us live. And oh, look, and there's Jeff. He's just the rock star. So you can access everything. So if you have any questions, if you want to reach out to Michelle as well, her information, I'll include that. And oh my gosh, so 11 teachers. You guys are awesome in South San Antonio. That's awesome. If that's a perfect thing, I know we're over, but you know what? If you have a group of teachers that want to get together and watch this, then do that. That is Melissa, that's fantastic. So get your colleagues together and have a little snack and, fun kind of time and watch the webinar. So with that being said, I'm going to end today. Have a wonderful afternoon, and let me know if you have any questions, and stay tuned for our next webinar will be a national one. So it's exciting. We'll be broadening our reach and getting super experts sharing together in lots of really cool new ways. So have a super afternoon, and we'll talk soon.